All right, everyone, welcome back. It is now time for Showbiz Theater, and then we have our film expert, as usual, Jason, joining me.
Hello, Adrian. How's it going?
Hello, Jason. How are you?
Yes, I'm good.
I'm very fine
good.
as well. I know you just came back from Busan. How was it?
Oh, fabulous. I have a fantastic time every year, and this year was no exception. I met some great people, some filmmakers and some actors, and it was just a fabulous time.
And we talked about the Busan International Film Festival last week. This week, it's going to be a bit different. We're going to focus on a film which will maybe, in a way, make us forget about Biff.
Yeah, and that's a testament to the great film called Wish 2013, also known as Hope. It's directed by a great filmmaker, Lee Jun-ik, who's made a number of films like The King of the Clouds. Yeah. And it's a great film.
You watched it?
I watched it.
Very emotional.
It's a very emotional film, but it's tackled very well and very carefully because it's a sensitive matter.
All right, sounds good. So let's focus on this production today.
Yes, let's talk about The Wish 2013, starring So Kyung-gu and directed by Lee Jun-ik. Nine-year-old Sowon is on her way to school on a rainy morning when she is dragged away by a drunk man and experiences something horrific that will scar her for life. Sowon's family is deeply wounded mentally and physically, but after a long period of hardship, they work hard together to find hope. The movie Wish 2013 is about Sowon, a rape victim, and her family. Instead of anger, this film shows hope and it touches everyone, instead of making them cry. A must-see movie has been created, and it's one production where all the viewers will laugh and cry. This movie will touch everyone in a miraculous way this autumn.
All right, so Jason, today we'll be focusing on the movie Wish 2013. Can you tell us more about the story?
Yeah, sure. It's based on a true story of a girl who's tragically raped and attacked on her way to school, just outside the school gates. So it's it could be a very depressing film, but in fact, it looks at her recovery and hope. Which I think is a very interesting perspective.
Yeah. Now, I mean, this theme isn't completely new. We've had other productions tackle, similar stories.
That's right.
However, maybe we have some unique traits.
Yeah, Korean cinema is quite well known for its kind of themes of revenge and depressing narratives, and this does have has its fair share of kind of sad moments, if you like.
Dramatic moments.
Yeah, but what I liked about this was how it looked at hope and how this girl and her family recover. Now, the director really showed off his class here, Lee Jun-ik. He dealt with this situation, this film, extremely well, and I'm not exaggerating. I thought he dealt it with very well and sensitively as well. Yeah. And I think he should be congratulated for that. And it's a very moving and touching film.
Indeed, very emotional. I mean, our writer, she actually went to watch the movie and she said she basically cried the whole time.
Right.
And so maybe you cried as well?
Yeah, I mean, I'll admit it, I wept at certain parts of the film. I mean, you have the kind of the sadness, but also the joy. It's a very touching and in many areas very uplifting film.
What's the most memorable scene for you?
One of the most memorable scenes is when the little girl, she's in hospital and she doesn't really speak because of what she experienced.
She's shocked.
Yeah, and so what they do is they bring in some kind of cartoon characters and they dress up. The mum and some friends, they dress up and they dance around in these costumes. And it's an incredibly moving moment when the girl responds to that. And you can't help but respond emotionally. Yeah.
Any other scenes that you maybe liked as well from this movie?
Yeah, another scene is actually kind of linked to the first scene, is because the dad also dresses up in this kind of costume of this kind of animation
to
character.
Lift up the mood of his daughter.
And he takes the kind of the top off so he can see the daughter, and the daughter can see his face. And he's clearly they're very distraught emotionally, but also very happy that he can bring some happiness to his daughter, and so it's a very touching scene.
I see.
혹시라도 대장과 소장의 일부를 절제해야 할지도 모르겠습니다.
Yeah, so let's talk this time a little bit about the actors in this movie, Wish 2013. We have Sol Young-gu. He's
That's
been in
right.
other movies as well, like Cold Eyes, The Spy. A great actor.
Yeah, he's an absolutely fantastic actor. One of the first Korean films I saw was Public Enemy of Gong Gong Wi-jok, and so he has a special place for me in Korean cinema.
And he also mentioned that he had, a special story as to why he decided to do this film.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the cast, certainly the leads, weren't keen on playing roles in this film because of the sensitive nature of it. But was actually approached by the father through a letter, and he asked him personally to star in the movie. And then Sol Young-gu kind of visited the family and saw the hardships they were facing as victims. And he
Maybe
then
hiding as well.
Yeah, they're hiding, and that's an awful place to be in. And he then therefore starred in the film, which I think is a remarkable story in itself. Very touching, and he brings so much. A character to his roles every single time. I just love his emotions and his natural ability to act.
Now the mother is actually played by Ji-won in this movie, and I also heard that in the beginning, when she first received the offer to play that role, she actually turned it down because she wasn't ready to
play a mother. Yeah, and again, it's not an easy role to play, especially when it's based on a true story where someone suffered, or the family suffered so much. It's not going to be an easy decision to agree to be cast in that film. And but anyway, she, I think, felt that it was the right role for her, even though I think part of her was saying it wasn't. And she listened to the story and read the script finally and decided to do it.
Said, okay. What did you think about her acting skills in this movie? How is she as a mother?
She's absolutely terrific. She often plays sometimes comedic roles, and I really liked her in this film. She has so much emotional depth to the mother, and that was crucial, absolutely crucial. If she hadn't been able to do that, then it could have fallen to pieces. But this is where Lee brings his class. Now, he is a really, really talented director, but he's brought in the right people to play the right roles, and that's the director and the producer's job. And he was absolutely fantastic in giving them the right directions, and fantastic.
And for the little girl as well, Ire.
Oh my goodness. Phenomenal debut in the film industry, honestly.
It's her first movie ever.
Yeah, she was absolutely adorable, but also very courageous. I mean, having to play a role like that at such a young age.
It's really hard.
I mean, that is very, very difficult. Emotionally, it must have been very demanding. And
I think there's something special about her eyes.
Yeah, Lee, I think one of the reasons he chose her was because of her eyes. I think eyes are very important in the way one acts, and I think Lee has a great fondness of people's eyes. And again, fantastic decision to cast her.
Perfect selection, I guess. I guess we can also look forward to maybe her future productions as well as she grows.
Oh, absolutely. She's a big actress in the making, for sure.
All right, sounds good. Thank you very much for your updates on all the cast here.
You're very welcome.
와 거짓말이라고 생각하는데 와 학교에 못 갈 거라고 생각하노?
창피해요.
뭐가 제일 창피한데?
Now, Jason, we talked about the storyline. We mentioned the cast as well, amazing acting skills. Let's talk about the director. We haven't talked about Lee yet so much.
Yeah, he's an absolutely terrific director and a terrific person as well.
And he knows how to touch the viewers, right, with his sincere stories.
Yeah, he has a remarkable ability to tell very nice and well-told stories, but in a very uplifting manner. The King and the Clown is his biggest film. I mean, that sold,
왕의 남자.
Yeah, 왕의 남자 sold over 12 million tickets. A remarkable feat of success.
With Lee Jun-gi.
Yeah, Lee Jun-gi, and he's also made Radio Star as well, starring Park Chung-eun and An Sung-gi. And what makes his films very distinctive is how he tells his stories in a very kind of optimistic and joyful manner. There's often areas of not distress, but of areas that are not so happy, but he always tries to focus on the happy things in life. And that really comes across in this film as well. It tells a story of something so tragic, yet there is hope.
Yeah, so when I first heard about the movie, I was like, ooh, this is going to be a really dark and hard to watch type of movie.
And it is, to some extent. It is sad. I mean, we are looking at a girl who was raped and attacked. There's no getting away from that. But what Lee Jun-ik does is he brings out the kind of the more joyful aspect of the story in her recovery. And that's what really comes across in the film. And he is an optimistic kind of filmmaker, if you like. He looks at the joyful aspects of life, but he does it in a very clever and a very joyful manner.
I think he's very intelligent, isn't he?
He is a very intelligent guy, and he really showed his class in this film. There's many moments where the director could have kind of gone too far with the emotional kind of roller coaster ride.
Borderline.
And, the actual scene itself when she is raped and attacked. But he's very careful not to go too far.
Yeah.
And I think that's fantastic, and he really brought his class to this film. And I came out thinking, it's Lee Jun-ik.
Great sense.
Clever and terrific filmmaker.
And Jason, you were also telling me that this is also one of your recommendations, and maybe perhaps your favorite movie of this autumn.
Yeah, favorite movie of the autumn, and it is doing well in cinemas. And I'm very, very happy, and for the director and the whole crew behind this film.
Make sure you take some tissues when you go watch the movie.
It is a moving film, for sure.
Thank you very much for your input here today. We'll have another movie next week, right?
Yeah, always talking about new films, and I'm very excited.
Okay. All right, everyone, I really hope you enjoyed our edition of Showbiz Theater this week. We'll be back very soon, and if you have any comments, please send us a message on Facebook or also our message board. Jason, thank you once again.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
난 사실 두려워요. 난 사실 무서워요. 그래도 난 다시